Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Alex Bitter, and I'll be giving you a quick overview of my team's senior design project titled the SPC app. So starting with our basic project goal. Our goal with this was to design an app for the Cincinnati locations of the SPCA Animal Shelter that provides a platform to improve both the volunteer and customer experience at the locations. In order to do this, we have three main approaches we're focusing on. Firstly, we're going to try to improve the customer's ability to search for pets that appeal to certain characteristics, such as breed, type of pet, personality, age, other things like these. We also want to ease the burden of volunteer administrative tasks, such as keeping track of pet data, advertising the pets to customers, and maintaining the overall infrastructure of the pet database. We also want to help volunteers with pet management, which we'll get into more on this later. So first, a quick look at our team. There's three main project members, all of three different majors. The first one being me, Alex Bitter, as a computer science major. Next, Randall Buca as a computer engineering major. And lastly, Connor O'Leary as an information systems major. And throughout the course of our project, our advisor has been Abdu Fall, whose email can be found below. So first, a quick overview of why we decided to do this project. The Sharonville and Northside locations of the SPCA shelters are currently managing workflow with a very archaic system. As it stands, the only way for a customer to acquire information about a prospective pet is to request a printout from one of the volunteers on duty. This, coupled with the fact that pet information is managed on pen and paper, has led to a very high reliability on the volunteers. Volunteers are managing a very stressful job with little room for error, and if an error occurs, the means to correct it are difficult. Overall, in the locations, this has led to a decreased interest in volunteer positions, as well as a decreased interest in prospective customers, as wait times to get any information on the pets is very long. In order to solve this, our team has set out to design an app to help ease the duties of both the engineers, volunteers, and the customers at the local SPCA location. Our app will provide a way for the volunteers to manage pets through an online database construct and will allow the customers to use this construct to search for pets based on certain criteria. Our team also plans to design a system that allows volunteers to manage pets with audio cues played through a set of speakers. This will allow the volunteers to control the pets more easily, which will lead to less stress and better wait times for customers. So first, a high-level overview of our application code. We are going to be deploying the app on both iOS and Android through a React Native front end, which is essentially JavaScript compiled with CSS for screen definitions. And then for our backend database connection, we're going to be utilizing Amazon Web Services, particularly the Amazon API Gateway and AWS Lambda to access our database, and also Amazon Cognito to give the volunteers a security platform to log into. Our project also has a hardware component to it, being the speakers that were mentioned before. The basic plan is to put a small speaker in each kennel, and keep in mind there are multiple pets per kennel, to transmit audio commands and messages to the animals. The basic controller for this is going to be a Raspberry Pi that has all the audio data loaded onto it, and the connection will be established with a basic TCP/IP connection into each of the speaker devices. And the goal with this is to help volunteers with managing and retrieving the animals, which will help speed up times for prospective customers, which will lead to more animal adoptions. So throughout the course of the semester, we have had a lot of accomplishments, mostly in the project management space, particularly dividing out our work and laying out what each of us is going to be doing for the project. So as it stands right now, we have Connor O'Leary designing the React Native front end, and as well as implementing that. Randall Buca is going to be in charge of the hardware components and the network connection to the Raspberry Pi controller. And I will be in charge of the AWS backend design and development. So far, our team has laid out the overall design and method of implementation for each of our project pieces. We'll continue to work on implementation throughout the rest of the semester and Christmas break and hope to have a base level prototype by the start of the spring semester. And that's the end of the presentation. Hope you all enjoyed.